You say you want happiness, but let's be real, you're addicted to your own misery. You gorge on negativity,
No.
wallow in self-pity, and chase every toxic habit like it's your life's calling. Just admit it, you're not a victim. You're the architect of your own suffering because deep down you love it. You say you want happiness, but you chase everything that wrecks you. This isn't bad luck, it's your daily ritual. You obsess over porn binge on other people's misery scroll until you're numb and measure yourself against strangers, then wonder why you feel worthless. You're not a victim. You're addicted to negativity because it's easy. You bathe in bad news, cling to self-pity, and hunt for others who are worse off just to boost your own sad story. You love suffering. It's your comfort zone, your excuse for never changing. Why fix your life when you can wallow and blame the world? You keep watching reruns of your own failures and worship misery because it's familiar. Deep down, you don't want peace. You're scared of what you do with it. Overthinking is your hobby, playing the victim is your favorite game, and your misery is your whole identity. If you actually want out, start by facing the truth. You're the one feeding the pain. Cut the drama. Stop doom scrolling. Quit comparing yourself to everyone you see. Build some boundaries, spot your triggers, and take action even when you want to drown in your own sorrow. It's hard. Most people never do it. It's easier to stay stuck and call it fate. So, what's your move? Will you finally fight for something better or cling to your suffering forever? Don't lie to yourself about who's holding you back. You claim you want happiness, yet you never miss a chance to run straight toward everything that ruins you. Don't act surprised it's not an accident. It's your hobby. You scroll through endless trash online, dig up bad news like you're collecting trophies, and drown yourself in porn, envy, and the comfort of your own pity. Let's be real, you're addicted to negativity like it's your favorite snack. Don't pretend you're not. Every click, every mindless hour lost in dark corners of the web, every replay of your failures is just you feeding the misery beast. You love suffering. Admit it. Suffering is your thing. You wear it like a badge, clinging to your anxiety and your sadness because it's familiar. The world isn't even hurting you half as much as you hurt yourself. You want to be in control. That's a joke. You can't even control your next impulse. Your need to check one more update, one more disaster, one more reminder that life is unfair. Acceptance, connection, belonging. Sure, that's the excuse you feed yourself for, why you obsess over what others think. You call it evolution, but what it really is fear. Fear of being alone with your thoughts. Fear of actually doing something that might change your story. You'd rather be a victim marinating in your own tragedy because it means you never have to risk being happy, never have to let go of your precious pain. I see right through you. You run from boredom and call it self-care. You avoid self-reflection and call it just the way you are. The truth, you're terrified of peace because if you found it, you'd have no more excuses to cling to your suffering. Here's the real joke you don't want to heal. You want to keep wallowing, to keep replaying your losses and using your wounds as a shield against any real action. It's pathetic. Want to break the cycle? Start with brutal honesty. Admit you're addicted to your own misery. Recognize your triggers, stop feeding them with more doom scrolling and drama. Build mental boundaries, turn off the noise, say no to what drags you down. Choose action even when it hurts. Every time you pick comfort, you reinforce your prison. Every time you face discomfort on purpose, you take a step out. So, are you finally going to do the hard work of breaking your chains, or are you just here to keep feeding your own suffering? Go ahead, prove me wrong. Or don't, after all, misery does love company, and you're always the first to RSVP. You say you want happiness, but you can't stop crawling back to everything that poisons your mind. That's not an accident, it's your favorite routine. You're not a victim. You're an addict hooked on whatever makes you miserable. Porn. You know it destroys you, but you always come back for another hit. Comparison. You scroll for hours, then cry about not being enough as if you didn't do it to yourself. You gorge on bad news, ugly headlines, endless tragedy like you're starving for pain. Don't kid yourself, you're addicted to negativity like it's your comfort food. You love suffering. Admit it. Suffering is your thing. You feed on drama and disappointment, replay failures in your head, romanticize your own helplessness and call it being realistic. You aren't seeking peace, you're clinging to the high of self-pity. You act like you want solutions, but all you want is to feel special in your pain, to be the main character in a tragedy nobody asked for. And why? Because suffering gives you an excuse, reason not to change, not to risk anything, not to step outside the same pathetic loop. The world shoves images of status and perfection in your face, and you eat it up, letting every filtered face and empty flex convince you that your life is worthless. It's easier to wallow and blame society than to actually claw your way out. Want to break the cycle? Here's the cold, ugly truth you have to stop feeding your own suffering. You have to admit how much you love being miserable. You have to be brutally honest about every trigger, every time you reach for darkness because you're too afraid to face the emptiness without it. Set boundaries, cut the negative feeds, block the people who keep you in the dirt, and stop looking for reasons to feel bad. Choose action over analysis, effort over self-pity. Nobody is coming to save you from yourself. It's a choice every single day. Will you keep crawling back to your pain buffet, or are you finally going to choose discomfort over disaster? Are you willing to fight your own worst habits, or do you just want another excuse to stay broken? So tell me, are you finally ready to stop feeding your misery, or is self-destruction just too delicious for you to give up? You say you want happiness, but you can't stop chasing everything that poisons your mind. Let's drop the act. It's not a mistake. It's your lifestyle. You obsess over the very things that make you miserable: porn, endless comparison, doom scrolling, swimming in bad news, wallowing in your own drama like it's a warm bath. You love suffering. Admit it. You snack on negativity like it's comfort food and then whine about feeling empty. You crawl through the ugliest corners of the internet, replay every cringe memory on loop, and then wonder why you wake up feeling like trash. Deep down, you don't want peace, you're in love with your pain. Being broken gives you an identity, an excuse to stay stuck, and sabotaging your own progress is just another day at the office. You hide behind biology or fate like you're powerless, but the truth is you just refuse to do the dull, difficult work of change. You clutch your suffering like a security blanket, rationalize every bad habit, and act like your private agony is the main event in the universe. Newsflash. Your drama isn't special. The pain you worship is microscopic. You could let go of the pity parties and toxic cravings, but you won't because it's easier to stay broken than do something brave. Want out. Start with brutal honesty about your self-destructive habits. Draw ruthless boundaries around your mental garbage. Take real action instead of wallowing, and find the guts to starve your negativity instead of feeding it. So, are you finally ready to do the work and fight for your sanity? Or are you just here to keep self-destructing? Stop begging for sympathy and choose to fight or stay hooked on your favorite suffering. It's all on you. You claim you're searching for happiness, yet you run straight toward everything that destroys your peace. Let's be real. You love your suffering. You doom scroll, compare, binge junk stew and old pain, then act shocked when you feel empty. Negativity is your comfort food. You think your endless overthinking makes you interesting. It's just misery on autopilot. You complain about drama but feed it like it's your prized pet. If there were awards for wallowing, you'd win. The world's burning and you can't look away. You crave the hit of bad news, the rush of feeling like life's victim. You pretend you want peace, but you only want another excuse to stay stuck. Self-pity is both your shield and your prison. You find meaning in being broken, special in your sadness, and safe in never trying to heal. That's why nothing changes you. Sabotage yourself every time. You keep negativity close, Cradle your old wounds and let every slight define you. If you really wanted to change, you'd admit your addiction to pain, catch yourself reaching for your next fix of misery, and finally set boundaries for your mind. It's ugly, boring, thankless work. Real change always is. So what's it going to be? Keep feeding your own suffering or finally break free? Are you ready to stop self-destructing, or do you need to hit rock bottom one more time? The choice is yours. But let's be honest, I know what you'll pick. You say you want happiness, but you never stop chasing what hurts you. Let's get real. You're hooked on suffering. You complain about your misery, but treat it like a pet, feeding it, nurturing it, showing it off. You claim you want peace, but you can't tear yourself away from doom-scrolling porn, comparing yourself to everyone online and marinating in bad news. Drama is your favorite flavor. You crave the next hit of negativity and pretend you're just processing when you're really wallowing. The truth, you'd rather be the victim than risk the discomfort of actually changing your habits. Pain is comfortable because it lets you off the hook. As long as you're the martyr, you don't have to do anything different. You replay every regret nurse, every tiny wound, and secretly love the idea that nobody understands just how broken you are. Here's the punchline: you wake up miserable because you feed your brain misery every day. Your comfort zone is a pit of old habits, and you're too scared to climb out. Want out? Then get brutally honest. Stop flooding your brain with garbage. Notice your triggers, put up real mental boundaries, and when the urge to wallow hits, choose action move. Call someone, do anything that isn't just another round of self-pity. Change doesn't come from magical thinking or inspirational speeches. It comes from refusing to feed your pain and making different choices again and again. So here's your dare. Are you ready to give up your addiction to suffering? Or is being miserable just too familiar to let go? Don't bother with words, prove it, or stay stuck exactly where you are by your own design.